Hello, it is Opinionated Black Folks. I am Laura Fabulous. I am here with Ali G and 777 on Earth.
Yo, that look good. Oh, damn, she done. I saw you open that joint. I was trying to get something.
Do not mind us because we're not
Blaming
drunk,
on
but we're definitely there. So this episode is gonna be, not too long, but it's gonna be very fun.
Shout out to Mary for making the drinks.
Right, shout out to Mary for making the drinks. Our camera guy.
You gotta say the right mirror.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah. What's yours?
My boyfriend.
Amir.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So let's talk about
What's first?
Let's talk about Tatiana, the lady that got shot.
What's her name? Atatiana?
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
believe that's her name.
It happened in Dallas too. So right with the both them jeans on. She was just chilling in the crib. The neighbor pretty much called for like a wellness check because they saw that I think that the neighbor saw that the door was open.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the cops was creeping around the crib, looked in the window, yelled something, and then just shot her right after that and killed her.
Oh my God.
Shit crazy, y'all.
So what are the
Were they looking
neighbors
for a son
even-
or something?
No. So the neighbor called the cops to do a wellness check. So pretty much just make sure everybody okay. And pretty much the neighbors was like creeping around. They looked through the window and shot her as she was in there chilling. I think she was playing like video games with
With her son.
I think. Yeah.
No. What?
And then if y'all peep, they right after they killed her, like after they kill a nigga, they try to do anything to like defame their name or make them like a criminal. They start saying how they found a gun in the house and shit. Like what they got to do with
That has
anything?
nothing to do with nothing.
Exactly.
That's awful.
Yeah, but the officer did resign, and they are charging him with murder, so we can.
I
hope-
saw that. I did see
okay,
that.
Yeah.
that's good.
That's progress. That's
good.
progress.
So she
Yeah.
got
Getting
reason.
progress. Shout out
I
to
know she was
2019.
Oh, she was babysitting her nephew. Yeah, but yeah, that is good though. Yeah.
Shout outs to the end of 2019 then.
No,
Yeah.
ain't no shout out. Well, I mean that's true.
It's
You're
not
right, you're
shout
right.
outs to that because it's not
We're
good,
getting better
but
because
we
a few years ago
yeah.
that wasn't
things like this
happening.
would have
You're
been
right.
Exactly.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
my emotion because I didn't know the
Yeah,
details
of
of
course.
it. The way it was
Still,
expressed
like,
was just like
no,
a woman was
because-
killed. Like
yeah.
it wasn't expressed the
That
details.
shit's wild.
Imagine a child seeing that. Like
It's scary. And
Right.
her dad, I think it was her dad. He on the news, he was like, "This ain't no Botham Jean. Like I'm not about to be hugging."
I'm not about to be
Yeah, he said, "I'm not about to
Yeah.
hug the killer
I
in
saw
like in
that.
court."
the
So fuck her. Like,
big.
and that's what we need to see. Like fuck
Because
that shit.
it's deeper than forgiving, bro. It's I'm willing, and we're all. I feel like we as a community, we're willing
Yeah.
to forgive, but it's like for what cause? Like
Mhm.
we're gonna forgive why? Because someone's crying. Like what about our tears? You know what I mean? What about our
Exactly.
pain? Like
Yeah,
that's
fucking
crazy.
exactly.
That is
That shit's sad, man.
That's
that's
really crazy.
insane.
Well, at least we're getting some type of justice out of that situation, though.
She needs her and her nephew, her whole family. They need multiple checks. They need some kind
Yeah,
of.
of course, I feel like they're going to get some type of money.
That
Hopefully
is
they do.
crazy. But there has to be some kind of like law to like not shoot before you just like enter a house. Like why is this happening?
They didn't even
multiple times?
enter the house. They shot in through a window and killed her.
Exactly. It has to be like different details within this law or whatever
there's-
kind of bill or something.
There's
one?
laws. There's laws for it. You can't really enter nobody's house without a warrant. It's just the simple fact that
Nah,
cops
bro,
don't get
this is way more
charged. No.
specific.
no, that's it. But I'm just saying, it's the
Oh,
simple
for
fact
real?
that cops don't get charged for charging into your house without a warrant.
Well, I
It's
mean,
not
like,
taken as
there
serious.
should be like a police, not police jail, but like a police type of like a different form of prosecution. Like these people are educated on the system. Like
Yeah.
it's different than like an average person making a crime who might not know the intensive level.
No, that makes
like
sense.
these people
That's
are
true.
educated, so there should be a whole different for lawyers, everybody.
Yeah. But
But-
you also have
Everybody.
to look at how deep the system is. Like at the end of the day, police departments aren't set up for our safety. They're more so set up for
Exactly.
the government's safety.
And
Right.
it's,
So
it's
when
set
it
up.
comes, yeah, so
It's set up
that's
to
the
pretty much cover their own ass.
exactly. So when human beings do like crimes and stuff like that, we're going to get charged a little bit more.
So, yeah.
You know,
Because they were saying
harder.
he went to the joint, he getting charged with murder, and they were saying how he had like a $200,000 bail, and that the police union was going to pay his bail to get him out of jail.
see.
So see, when the system is
Oh,
set up to help these
wow.
niggas
Yeah.
cover their own
Yeah,
ass,
cover their own-
yeah.
Who does that?
Like this nigga
Yeah.
killed an innocent person, and the police union
Is
is going to
paying
get him
200
out.
just because they have that.
Well,
money
not
in
200.
the
No,
top.
you only pay 10% of your bail.
10%.
So
But-
that was like
Well,
20,000.
we need
Yeah,
our
like
own.
20,000.
We need
So
our own
that's nothing
police
to
like
that.
department. Imagine there's a little boy right now that wants to become a policeman, and just so he could protect his company. his community, and it's just like. Little
It's
guy,
all-
you can make your own cool. Like I forgot when Beyonce was about to perform at Super Bowl, she had like the Nation of Islam protect her and like be her security or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like
Hold on, wait, what?
Beyonce when she first came out with Formation, when she first came out with like, becoming like Beyonce after Beyonce when she started like becoming like more knowledgeable of herself. We started like when she came out with Lemonade. Yeah, she cheated on. Sorry.
She cheated, or
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Jay-Z
well, we don't know
cheated?
that, but I'm saying Jay-Z cheated. But what people don't understand the deeper level of, she talks a lot about OSHA, not OSHA's. What's it called? Orisha's.
She talks about
a lot of basically like African spiritualism and like.
Oh yeah.
And like, but it's deeper than that. Like she also talks about like just being woke and stuff like that. So during that time period, instead of like having the police, because
instead of
all
having
performers
police,
have
like,
security, like
protect
have police. She had the
She
Nation
had,
of
like,
Islam though, because
Muslim.
I'm
motherfuckers
surprised
protect-
because
but
seeing
on
how
purpose
like
for
Malcolm
Black
X is a
Power
part of the
though,
Nation
like
of
it's all
Islam.
connected to.
During that time,
You
she
should be
found out that
surprised.
her ancestors like originated from like Nigeria.
That's what I'm saying. You should be surprised because that's the part of Beyonce that woke up. She learned about
Yeah,
like that
that's
whole
because she started
Lemonade
fucking
was
with
about
Jay-Z
Oshun.
because he put her on.
No, I mean
Nah,
we
Jay-Z
don't
put her
know
on.
that. As I'm saying,
I feel like
I think
this
Jay-Z put her on.
You know what's
It's like a
crazy?
witch
I don't
thing.
think
It's
so. I don't
different.
think
I
that.
don't
I feel like they both got put on by Barack Obama.
So
I
all
was
right, so
sitting
now I'm
behind
con-
Barack
so
Obama though. Was Barack Obama in Cuba? They've been going to Cuba. They've been going to like a lot of like
They've
spiritual
been going
places.
to a lot of spiritual places
Egypt,
before. I feel like
beyond like.
I feel like they both learned, like, once you like definitely have a connection with the president, especially as a celebrity, is a
Okay,
much more
well said,
connection
well
you have.
said,
And then the
well
simple
said,
fact that
well
Barack
said,
is like,
well said, well said,
you
well said,
know,
well said.
Muslim, although he was like, you
Well
know,
said,
they
well
Oh,
like,
said.
Barack is not Muslim.
he's not Muslim, but you know, his parents are.
When they went to Cuba,
well,
it was
his father.
They were allowed to go to
But they were-
Cuba
and
because
they were
of-
allowed
That's because
to.
Barack lifted. He basically squashed whatever shit. But now you can't go to
Exactly.
Cuba no more.
that's
Trump-
that's her
yeah,
point.
Trump
And
shut
that's
That's
her
what I'm saying.
point.
During that
Their
time,
power
they had
was
a huge
different to
connection for them to
travel.
go learn that extra
Mhm.
for that, because they said during the time of
Well said,
Barack
well said,
was
well
in
said.
office,
That's
he
very
was
true.
going down there, going to a lot of ancient places and
Yes,
learning
he was.
Islam and learning the hieroglyphics from scratch. So like Jay-Z, and both of them were. So they
Yeah.
literally know how to read hieroglyphics from
That's
scratch.
dope.
Yeah.
I used to do the hieroglyphic math.
And that's
in
something
I
we
can
all
do
can
it.
learn though.
Oh no, I don't.
What book you got?
I moved.
Oh,
I
you
had
got-
the ancient book of the dead.
Really?
I got an Egyptian
I
book.
lost all of my
You know,
books. I lost
had
all
one at
of
my
my
crib. I definitely
books.
didn't. Next topic. Okay, so
Go.
let's talk about a 32-year-old walking 350 miles to have sex with a
With a minor.
14-year-old girl. I don't know what was that at exactly.
That was hold up. Damn, let me open it up. Hold up. Let me find the article. But
Here's-
go ahead.
I'ma
Go ahead.
start
Get
off.
some filler. Yeah, go
Here's
ahead. Go
what
ahead.
I want to say about it. And I don't want to sound like
Yep.
I don't want to sound like I'm going against the grain of what the majority of people will say, but what I can say is that
Y'all want me
I'm
to?
not starting. Yeah. Read.
All right. So 32-year-old man from Indianapolis walked 351 miles to Wisconsin to have sex with a young woman who he believed to be a 14-year-old girl that he was talking to on Facebook. The girl was actually a county sheriff deputy on the Internet Crime Against Children Task Force, and he arrested Bull on arrival. So like the Chris Hampson To Catch a Predator type shit.
Yeah. Okay. But this is what I feel about it. This is how I feel about it. What I was trying to
This
say is
nigga,
that
yeah.
I feel like it's bad because at the end of the day, if you are an adult and you are basically trying to go and talk to an underage child and have sex with them, it's very wrong. You're very sick in the head. It's something wrong with you. Probably got some mental health
Definitely.
issues. You need to go get some psychological help.
I agree.
But what I can say is that we cannot dismiss or ignore the simple fact that 14, 15, 16-year-olds enter high school and be wanting to fuck older guys. Like, it's
That
a
is
thing.
true.
It's a thing.
No, even now, I would say even
it's a thing. Women
all
want
the high
sugar
school,
daddies. Well,
y'all
you
was
feel me?
always
And it's
fucking
like,
with older niggas.
we don't know what type of 14-year-old little girl this was. She probably was interested, and I'm not saying it was right for that. You feel me? Like that's not.
Oh no
right
no no
at
no no no
all.
no. So All right, so I get what you're saying,
You
but
got
in
me?
this case,
What is
Bull
the
thought
case?
he was talking to a young bull, but he was talking to a cop the whole time.
Oh, he was talking to a cop.
Yeah, the whole time, yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
no, women, y'all just
But
no
that's
matter
what
what walk of life you are, women always thought of like talking to older men.
Mm-hmm.
So like some sort of maturity. Well, I mean, I don't blame them since we do take longer to mature.
Right.
But like,
and that's what I'm saying is like that's a thing. Like we can't ignore that piece of thing that happens because at the end of the day, I was 14, 15-year-old in
so
high
you was
school.
talking to a young boy? You was talking to an old
I wasn't talking to a 32-year-old, but I was like probably like 15, 16.
It was cool
talking
they
to like
men
a
older
19,
because of what they brought. Like they bring
20-year-old
money and
hold on. So hold on. First off, that nigga a fucking creep. You told him your age?
Yes.
He a fucking weirdo.
And that's the thing.
So was you like 14, 15 talking to like an old head?
It's the thing. It's
hold on, wait. I want her to answer the question. She just smiled and looked down. So, when you
it's common.
But yo, it ain't no winning because I was that nigga that was mad as shit that all the girls in my freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year talking to the fucking old heads. So
it's a common.
Ain't no winning.
It's a common thing. Majority.
Wait. So was you doing it too? She not trying to answer the question.
No, it wasn't me. The universe was doing that. First of all, I'm willing.
The universe.
I'm willing to explain. No, well, yeah, because first of all, why not? Like, if you think about it, and I was doing a lot. First of all, when I was in high school, doing a lot of things, adult-like things. Besides like the grown stuff, like rolling, like smoking and stuff. Like, I was actually, like, cleaning the house, freaking a big sister, freaking getting all A's.
And that's the thing. We don't,
like, I was doing a lot. Like,
we can't dismiss the simple fact that even in high school, majority of women in high school and majority of men in high school aren't doing the same things. Like, majority of women are taking more of, like, womanly roles in high school than men are. You feel me? Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's men who have little brothers and, sisters and this and that and the third that they probably had to take care of and so on and so forth. But you feel me? Like, there are so many, you got the 15, 16-year-old that got pregnant and that was a single mom. You know what I mean? So, like, this is a grown 16, 17-year-old probably got to find a job to take care of her kid and so on and so forth.
That's true, but like not even to go that deep. When I was 14, like literally my mind state was very mature. Like if you literally think about how fast we're maturing,
it's not that it was mature.
No, but I had we had social media. We were questioning things from a whole different perspective. Like literally think about. I mean,
no.
Yes.
I'm not gonna hold you.
I'm talking about.
So I'm speaking from like.
I feel like this is how I feel like. I feel like they push the maturity on women for us to feel as though that we're super mature. Because at the end of the day, I can see how mature I was as a 15, 16-year-old.
Really that mature.
You feel me? But I can still see how immature I was as a 15, 16-year-old. You feel me? like. Down to the like in our last episode, I said like how I was like freaked out about even having sex because I knew my 15, 16-year-old self didn't know how to have it, so I had to masturbate. But we're not talking about sex. I didn't have sex. No, I'm not talking about sex. I'm just saying something. I'm just saying something mature like that. I still see how immature I was.
So what made you think? So what made you think at like 14, 15 that you was mature compared to like
conversation?
Other people?
No, that's what I'm saying. What you're saying is right. Like I ended my journey till like I was like senior, and that was only because
rare.
of my whole.
First
of all, the only reason why I even lost my virginity my freaking senior year was only because the mental stage I was going through in my household with my father. Right. Had that not been the case, I would have been in high school. Been losing my shit because of my perspective, but it's not even just that. It doesn't make a difference. There's no difference between someone losing that at 14 and me losing that at later. Yeah. The reason I'm bringing it up is because literally, my conversation. First of all, when we talk about the aliens not too long ago, nigga, I was researching that and more when I was in high school. But the conversation I was having with older men was that and deeper. I'm saying when you're dating somebody. Especially in high school, you're not taking that shit seriously, my nigga. You are, but you're not.
Let me interject real quick, because I was that same age. Yeah, you probably got a ghost in here too, by the way, because that fell by itself. Yeah, you saw it too.
But that damn cat be acting crazy in this bitch.
Stop commenting on that. First of all,
we're gonna
but yeah. My energy. So you saying that you was 14, 15, that same age, having that same conversation. I was too, but at the end of the day, like I was immature. I was still worried about like fucking bitches and just chilling with friends
and that's what
all that type of thing.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like they pushed that notation on women being mature back in the day and men being immature. Well, in all reality, because at the end of the day, yeah, we were talking to the 30-year-old because he's mature and we're old and mature. I mean, we're young, but we're still mature and this and that and the third. But we still worried about fucking and getting a good nut and this and that and the third.
Yeah.
It's the same shit as the 15-year-old guys or 16-year-old guys or 17-year-old guys.
Y'all know Charlemagne the God is, right?
Yeah.
I read his book, his second book that he wrote, and he was talking about how in that book he was fucking with some girl that was his age, but she was fucking with some older guy.
Yeah.
And pretty much how like he went to her crib, like saw them having sex, and how like then she went back and had sex with him. And she was like, see, this is why I fuck with older guys, because y'all like last longer or some shit like that. And like that hurt his ego. So I'm thinking like, I feel like that's another reason why women fuck with older guys. Is just the maturity, and of course like to probably like
experience.
Yeah, experience.
So so that word is what I was gonna bring up. The only difference between Kenya and 16 and 14 and Kenya now, of course, there's definitely wisdom and stuff like that, but it's literally experience, because there are people who have been together for like 5 eons that are literally just as immature as niggas in their high school state, and there's motherfuckers that literally fell in love in high school and were like literally in love to the point where they will die right now. Like I met so many people, like high school sweethearts that got married. Like I know a whole bunch of them. So it's just like the fact that like literally the only reason I'm bringing it up is because like it's how you like deal with the relationship, but to go with the point of you saying like there are little girls or there are women or there are young teenagers, young ladies out here that want those relationships is because they want what grown women want. The only difference is we're listening to a grown woman because they're kind of allowed, and more importantly, it's the experience that gives them the extra like I don't know if it's acceptance or wisdom, like but there's no real.
The underlying issue about an older man or an older woman dating a younger guy and a younger woman, to me, what I'm realizing now, because 16, 17-year-old me was cool with talking to a guy like 4 to 5 years older than me or whatever.
That's a nasty nigga.
Or like, but that's what I'm saying. I'm older now, and I'm realizing how nasty that.
He was a bum, and he wasn't nasty. He was a bum.
No, it's not that he was a bum. He was a
bum. No, he wasn't a bum. He probably had his own crib, his own car.
No, he was a bum.
No.
He was a bum because why? Because he wasn't dealing with other niggas his age.
That is true.
A bum.
And that's what I'm saying.
Good point.
You're right.
You're not. Good point.
No, because she said everything I was about to say, but she said it more like height. That's why I'm sorry. Okay,
because he can be lame.
No, because I'm getting older and I'm starting to realize that older men or older women who talk to women or men that are younger than them, especially like 5 to 10 to 16 years younger than them, have some type of immaturity with them when it comes to that. Because it's like at the end of the day, you're able to talk to somebody 10 years younger than you because of some type of immaturity that you consist of.
The females your age know that you corny as shit.
That you're corny as shit. That you're very immature. You feel me? And you're still there. Yeah, you're stuck. And you know.
So
that's what I'm realizing
before we change the topic real quick, what do y'all think about a Beyonce and Jay-Z though? Because that is a major 10-year difference, and we only accept it because they made power money moves.
But that was later on in life where they both was adults.
No.
Is it?
He was like in his 30s and she was in her 20s.
Because you don't think he'll get bored?
Crazy in Love, she was only like 19 years old.
But it don't matter, bro.
Crazy in Love, she was like 19.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Crazy in Love, she wasn't that old.
Listen, guys, it doesn't matter.
They was both
adults. Generations. But even as an adult mind,
because he's only like what, 12 years older than her or some shit.
She was dating that man when she was like 16.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was. She was like 16, 17.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
Yo.
Yes, she was.
Okay, first of all,
she was dating Jay-Z for a while. He's
49. She's 38. They 11 years apart.
No, type in Crazy in Love.
How old? Type in how old they both
not
were.
Even type in when Aaliyah was still alive, because towards the end of him and Aaliyah, when Aaliyah was dating Dame Dash, he was dating Beyonce where Aaliyah was still alive.
Dame Dash was dating Beyonce. Well, Beyonce was dating.
No, Dame Dash was dating Aaliyah.
I'm sorry.
When Dame Dash was dating Aaliyah, when he first started dating Aaliyah, that's when Jay-Z started dating Beyonce.
That came out 2003.
2003.
Crazy in Love came out 2003.
So how old is Beyonce?
Let's see. type of shit. Can we keep talking? Keep
Hold
talking.
on. We do have to keep
First of
going.
all, what I was trying to say is like,
1981, 2003
I feel like-
minus 1981.
it doesn't matter how old they are in their adult stage. At the end of the day, if you were to
2003
date,
minus 1981. She was in her 20s. That's already like 24 right there, 23.
dating
She's
somebody,
22.
That's an adult.
Okay,
Because
but
he was
I'm
only
dead.
11 years
It
older
doesn't
than
matter.
that.
If all
But
of
he
us,
was like
all of us are in our like
32.
pre-20s.
She's an adult.
It doesn't matter. All of us in our pre-20s. If we were to date somebody in our
Before
30s
that.
right now,
So when
literally,
did
it
Aaliyah
would
die?
work.
Check
It
and
would
see when
work.
Aaliyah died.
But literally,
How old are you?
I'm 23. It doesn't matter. All of us are before our 20. How old are you?
24.
Okay, exactly. All of us are in our before 25 stages, so our pre-25s.
Will you date
If we
a
were all to
32-year-old
date-
woman?
Hell, I
If we
would
were to-
love to date a
If we
older
were to
girl.
date
Hell,
somebody who
what?
was 32,
What?
yes, it would be
She about
magnificent.
to pay my
But at the end of the
bills,
day,
all
But
that
that's
shit.
it.
Right, but
So
at the end
what
of the
do you think
day-
Beyonce was trying to do.
but at the end of the day, when it comes down to her playing her fucking BB, fucking I don't know,
What do you
fucking
think
her
Beyonce was
fucking
trying
Stevie
to do?
Wonder music and shit like that, she gonna fuck with a certain. She not gonna fuck with no fucking
So you
baby.
making my point even more. She was an adult. She
She's
wasn't a
not-
teenager.
And you're forgetting my point. Like I hear what you're saying.
Go
That's
ahead.
facts. But if you were to date somebody who's in their 30s right now, they
Would
might
that be
bop,
fine?
they might bop their head to some young thug, but they're not really gonna bop their head like, yo, just suck.
Yes, they would, because
But-
they're a millennial and they can still relate to
No,
that music.
they're not a
They're
millennial.
gonna
No, hold on, wait.
But
I'm
they're
not-
not gonna relate in
No,
the
no, no,
same
no, no.
heartbeat.
Alright,
Millennials
hold on.
are between like 84
No,
and 95.
and this is what I'm about to tell you. This is what.
Go
Do
ahead.
you? And do any of you guys have an older sibling?
Yes.
That's in
You
their
100%.
30s.
Yes.
I over
What is
cousins.
what
I
is the
cousins.
energy of your older sibling? What is the
I don't
difference?
know. I don't really talk to
But
that
it's
for real, for real.
exactly right. What exactly? What I realize about 30-year-olds, especially around the age group of 30, and like early 20-year-olds, is a huge difference. And this is why I cannot.
What's
fully,
the difference?
No, listen, I'm about to tell you. This is why I can't fully consider them as millennials, because I feel like with our parents, they're literally like the last like spark of our parents. So I can't consider them millennials because a lot of 30-year-olds have a thing where they like still have this uncomfortableness like our parents. You feel me?
All right. So,
Don't get me wrong. There's a couple of them you can stumble upon that are like that, but a lot of them are still fully like acting like it, and it's not.
All right, but
even
look.
that.
So I'm gonna tell you this. Because
Right.
I have, like, I call them my old heads. But
Right.
they're like my mentors, whatever.
Right,
Millennials are born between 1981
right.
and 1996.
Mm-hmm.
So millennials are literally in their 30s, early 30s now.
Exactly.
That's not that much farther than us.
No,
And they done went through everything we went through. They done went through the era where they didn't have cell
No.
phones.
We're not, I'm not
They
saying
done
that.
went through the era.
I'm not saying
They
they're not.
literally
that.
experienced. They're the same as us.
No, they're not. Because at
The
the
ones
no,
I know, I'm telling you, they're the
no.
same as
And
us.
that's what I'm saying. Not all of them are, but majority of them have this still stigma. Because at the end of the day, my sister didn't get her cell phone until she was 16 years old. Like majority of 30-year-olds around this time right now. We didn't get our cell phones till we were 6th grade. You feel me? That's what we're 24,
right.
23 years old right now, right? So that's half. That's like cut. So like 12, 13 years old, that's when we got our cell phones. 15, 16, 17 years old, that's when 30-year-old got their cell phones. Like
Or rather,
or
beyond,
even
a
older
mindset
than
beyond
that.
of our parents. It was a
Exactly.
mindset of lifestyle beyond of our
They still
parents.
have a huge influence that our
The
parents,
ones
of our
who are not
parents that we
open-minded.
do.
I'm sorry to cut you off. The
Mhm.
ones who are not open-minded to growth, and when it comes to the 30s, in my perspective, or that generation of like the 80s,
Mhm.
there's either the type that listen or they're open to the new ways of the
Right.
new world, or the ones who are kind of stuck in their ways and are like, listen to what I have to say. I
Right.
am right, and like they're similar to like
or
the old
the
heads.
ones that are acting because they know that they
Acting
have
what
an
they know.
immatureness. They know it's still something they want to like branch out and be because they're a millennial, but they literally don't know how to relate to it. And those are the 3 things that I'm realizing about 30-year-olds. That's why I can't fully consider them as millennials, because at the end of the day, I can literally see the difference between like a 27-year-old and a 31 and 32-year-old millennial.
No, hold on.
27-year-olds born in what, like 92?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
You're
90s
forgetting-
though.
no,
That's
but
like
you're literally
that's 2
forgetting
years
a key
before us.
detail, bro.
exactly. But that's a
Literally,
whole vibe.
how they
though.
were raised was we
Because
were raised with what you were saying
Mhm.
about phones is facts, but you have to also go into what that did to the culture of how we were raised
Culture is
compared to
Yeah,
them and how
because
they were raised.
my sister
if you
considered
were
herself as
today-
an 80s baby. She was
if-
born
if-
88.
If
Like,
any of us
She a
were to
millennial,
date,
yeah.
like
exactly,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. She doesn't consider herself a millennial. There's still
She's wrong.
there's
Then.
a,
I mean,
she
there's
like,
a huge.
is,
It's
bro.
not even that. No,
she
it's not.
is.
I know she is, but I'm saying we can't. Us being 20, early in our 20s, and us considering that we're millennials, can't dismiss the simple fact that there's still a huge variety of 30-year-olds that hear that word and they're like, I'm not a fucking millennial. Because at the end of the day, Jersey Shore, Dina on the show, right? Snooki and all of them are in their early 30s. They're not even 40s yet or whatever. And she literally, Dina was on the show like, these fucking millennials, because she doesn't consider herself one. And Dina's like 33 years old, and that's what I'm saying.
I understand that.
It's like,
I'm not
it's
arguing
a
that.
huge, I'm not, that's what I'm saying though.
What's next? We on this. What's
Wait,
next?
hold on.
We on this
Before
minute.
we go, I just want to remind you guys that
Right,
Oh, we're not leaving. We
No, we're
go
not
to the
leaving.
next
Right,
I
topic.
know,
before
but
we leave this
we were
topic.
talking about dating. We were talking about dating, and if you were to date someone older than you and how that perspective. So I'm just reminding you guys that if all of us were to date somebody beyond our generation, like a 30-year-old, even though we're in the pre-20s, a 30-year-old, it would be the same. Like how you're saying, we both would be young, we jamming the Young Thug in the same way. But she might be the one to be like, "Yo, did you listen to Young Thug's album?" And she might be the one like, "No, I didn't listen to Young Thug's album." But freaking Cassie just dropped the album and that shit was popping. I was listening to high school. Like y'all high school experience would be totally different.
Different.
But that's the point.
Yeah, that's the only gap.
Right. So
that's it.
But so for everybody who all the young people that want old men and all the old men
we have to see that gap.
women, that's what it is. It's literally
the
young men that want to be that cannot want to be young, but have a young kind of flow to them, and the young people that have an oldness to them, and that's how they can.
And it's crazy because I actually did like a little project, not a project, but I did like a little test because majority of the men at my job are like in their 30s. So I asked all of them, I'm like, did you guys date like anybody younger? And they're like, yeah, I've dated like 25, 26-year-old. And I'm like, what made them feel grown to you? You feel me? They're like, oh, they had their own house. I mean, their apartment. They have their own car. But I'm like, our age group, like, we literally talk about how we're about to literally move out this year. You feel me? We're all between the ages of 23 to 25, you know, about to be here in like 25, 26, 24, you know. So it's like, we're just at the age right now where that's happening for us. We're not mature because that's happening for us. We're living in a time frame where that can be easy like that for us. You feel me?
But we're also choosing to be mature.
No, it's not. It's not even choosing to be mature. We're living in a life right now where you go on social media, and majority of the people in your age group got their own shit.
That's true.
But it's like when the 30-year-olds were older. I mean, when they were younger, it was when they were probably 30s. I mean, 30-year-old or like late 20s. When they saw other people at like 27, 28 actually getting those things. And getting younger by the time.
They weren't fully capitalizing on doing what they want to do. Exactly. During that time period, it's more so on capital. What can I do to make more money?
Now it's on literally capital and doing what you
know
want
what?
to do, like 50-50. You know what I mean?
That's
all right,
here's a rich edition.
What's next?
Okay, I'm going to say this edition is about fucking, I'm going to say relationships, like, just in between, I don't know if I ever keep about like, generation.
Yeah, we can go to,
but like, our generation, I love about how, like, there's a huge spectrum of, like, relationships. You have people who are like, I want to get married. There's someone person, like, people who want to be like, I want to have, like, 5 hoes. There's people who are like, I want to have only 2 hoes. Like, you know, there's people who are like, I just want all women.
Right.
And people who are want all dicks. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
wait,
compared
what?
to, like, when we talk about, I know people who are out there who only want dicks. I just want to talk to them.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like, they might want to be heard.
All right,
I'm just saying, there's compared to back then in the 30s and the 40s generation.
What's the statement? What's the question?
The question is, what do you guys feel about the future of our generation? Do you guys feel like it'll be this?
Let me answer
you think
first.
it will remain this spectrum?
Seeing as though like marriage rates are low, divorce rates are high, and seeing how our generation, we not even like prone to worry about marriage. We just prone to just making it and just our own mental health, being financially free, and actually like living and traveling and all that shit. I think marriage is going to definitely not be something we value, because that's not even something I value. At the end of the day, like, I'm pretty sure everybody can say this. Like, you just trying to be successful. You just trying to be successful and probably find a significant other in this life. Like, like that's it. Like we don't got the same goals and values that our older generations did. Like they was told to just get a job, start a family, and then pretty much grow old and die. Pretty much.
That's what they
generation, a lot of our generation, they're traveling the world. They inventing new things. they experience in life, and they going against the grain and that bullshit that they was taught. Like, we not on that same bullshit. Like,
that's true.
We not worried. Like, a relationship is just like that's a
I feel like
that's an
add-on now. Yeah. I don't even think that's an add-on. That's something we all definitely like will want. But I feel like the spectrum. I feel like the reason why in our future relationships will be different, like how we won't care about marriage, is because a lot of the things that like our parents or like grandparents or like this old heads consider like marriage material just really doesn't matter to us. Like the simple fact that like men have to be with a woman that's not revealing for her to be like very respectful to bring. You feel me? Yeah. Like, because at the end of the day, it's like if
it was all like sexist.
Yeah,
and, like,
majority of men now. Not even majority of men, but there's a lot of men now that is like dating strippers openly because they're comfortable to. Because 2019, like it's cool to. Like why not? And you are able to still get respected and so on and so forth. Like nobody really cares that much of who you're dating, no more. Because I feel like back in the day, it was so much rules on who you had to date. Like, although if you love dating hoes, you couldn't date a hoe because you couldn't wife a hoe because it wasn't respectful or whatever the case may be, or vice versa. So I feel like in our generation, this relationships are gonna look different, and I feel like right now I feel like there's a lot of people in our generation kind of dwell on the old stereotypes of relationships because relationships were lasting long back then, but I feel like they're only lasting long because of the rules, and we're breaking rules right now because the rules really don't matter. So right now we're in a kind of a pickle with like us creating our own rules because we're still in our 20s and we're still living life trying to figure it out and this and that and the third. Like who knows? We're going to stay with a person forever. We're going to stay for the person for a little bit of our lifetime. You know what I mean? So, like, right now, I feel like when we turn, we're literally trying to figure out, like, how our parents figured it out when they were in their 20s. And then when they got to, like, 30, 40 years old, they had their definition of what a relationship was. Like, once we hit their age, we're going to have a definition of what a relationship is in our own way. And it's going to be completely different from, like, our parents. And I feel like it's going to be different because right now, like, polygamy is more accepted, and like you being asexual is more accepted.
So, you said polygamy. So, would y'all be in a relationship with like three people?
I answered your question. No. I answered your question.
You wouldn't?
I definitely wouldn't because of germs. But
well, it's not. Hold on, wait. How's it germs? It wouldn't be germs.
What do you mean how is it germs?
No. I get you. I'm right there with you.
I feel like
but if it's literally just y'all,
it would be germs for me. It would be
if it's literally just y'all three, it would be the same exact germs as if it was just one-on-one. So now it's just one-on-one.
No. I'm understand. Wait, first of all, I didn't answer the first question, but I'm gonna go smack it together. I got you. So I'm answering your first question. I feel like I understand it because people fall in love and have like a whole bunch of like they love the world. Like, I'm definitely free-spirited enough to understand that. Yeah. I like a lot of attention on me, so I personally like being in, like, one relationship. Like, I like that shit. Like, I get what people like, being open and shit like that, but, like, no. Like, I like the whole world revolving around me, and I feel like the only way that's gonna happen is if I'm in a relationship with one person, and I also like giving that person all of that energy as well. Right. Like, I love pouring my whole world into one person, and that's a lot of responsibility because I have a really big family. And that's just a lot to like put into another.
I don't think you know what's crazy, because I was thinking about this, like I was at work one day, right, and I was just like after a couple breakfast shots, and I'm just sitting there. Breakfast shots are so good. They're so good, bro.
That sounds good.
It tastes like pancakes and fucking orange.
Y'all got breakfast shots tomorrow?
We have breakfast shots anytime. You just go in there, ask for a breakfast shot. They're going to know exactly what you're talking about.
All right.
I'm telling you. They're going to know exactly what you're talking about.
Because I'm off tomorrow. So
they're going to be like, who sent you here? They're going to be like, who sent you? They literally
y'all got Wi-Fi there?
Because that's all. Yeah, we got Wi-Fi.
Say that. Okay. All right.
So, either or. I know. What I was fucking saying?
Something about, shit. I don't fucking know.
You said one day you
polygamy. You said something about people.
I feel like polygamy is like bullshit. You know what?
I don't think it is. Cause
here's the thing. I'm about to break it down. I feel like polygamy is bullshit because I feel like when it comes to like, here's the thing. Before like I dated my boyfriend, right? Before I like got in a like serious relationship with my boyfriend, I was very much single and I very much had hoes a lot, and I feel like I always had a favorite hoe. I always had a favorite hoe. Like,
Moms have a favorite child, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Moms have a favorite child, so that's why I can't fully believe in a polygamy thing.
So
let
me interject. Let me interject, because me being single, I'm not gonna say it was love, but I was lusting multiple women at the same time,
right?
And always thought of like all of us just being in like a group unit like this and shit. Like that was always the thought of mine, and I was like, it's always thinking like,
that's so sad, Jess. They want to be leaders. They want to be freaking.
No, because it's like,
come on, hoes.
No cap. Like I really feel like I was loving. I think I did. Yeah, I love multiple women at the same time.
You didn't have one that you dealt with the most.
It's not even that one that you dealt with the most. You never had one favorite.
Oh,
like one that you were just like
that you can.
Yeah, but it's like we are human. You're never gonna love everyone equally.
It's not even loving everyone. That's what I'm saying.
But like, I would definitely say that like I've loved multiple girls at the same time and always thought of being in like a group unit.
So here's the art.
It comes down to the other partners too, and if they with it as well.
Hold on. So when it comes to you being old, right, and when it comes to you dying, who would you want your unit to be there, or would you think you would lean towards one person? That's what I'm saying.
Listen.
To be honest,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I can't believe it.
Honestly, I would say both of them, all three of them, probably like shit.
I would let one wife get one husband get the bottom float, right?
No, but
the basement,
and
then the other husband would get the
it's not even that, because they all bring something to the table. You feel me? Like one probably like real wise and all. Another one probably real secure.
It's not even.
No, it don't work like that. I was joking. No, it don't. It don't work like that.
You're right. Here's the thing. But this is what's making me realize that I feel like men love differently from women.
And women too, though.
No.
Go ahead, let me hear
And this is what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, I feel like women can decide to be in polygamy relationship with two men. But I feel like when it comes down to old age, we are perfectly fine with one man.
I want to die old alone.
No!
I take back what I said. I take back what I said. Because look, one of my biggest fears is dying old and alone. Like, I don't want to be that old head. I don't want to be that old head single as shit, still fucking bitches. Like, I want a significant other that's going to rock with me till the day we die.
Exactly, that's you. There are people, fuck women, there are people that are willing to die alone happily, and they are cuffed right now, bro. That's true. That is the thing. Oh my god, bro. We are millennials right now, bro.
No, that's true.
Do you see the spectrum of dating?
True. No, but I'm saying, besides all of that, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the simple fact that is like, when it comes to the polygamy relationship and when it comes to monogamy relationship, would you rather die with one person, or would you rather die with 2 or 3 people?
One. Egotistically,
if they both love me.
That's your ego, though. Egotistically,
that's not
yeah,
ego.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's not ego.
But that's why I feel like men love differently from women.
How is that ego?
I feel like it's ego
because men. This shows you that men
that
look.
Word, no, I hear ego. That word triggers me.
No, I feel like ego. It's ego.
I'm gonna have you rephrase it.
Yeah.
The ego. And then let me go real quick.
Elaborate. How would that be ego?
I feel like it and. She says it's ego. I'm about to say why.
No, I can rephrase it. I'm just saying.
No, you go then. You go then.
Feel bad. Okay, I'm a real ego. Still saying.
You go then.
No, bro. Shit. Okay, so it sounds nice because the average person loves praise, but they want to. I don't want no praise, but they want to admit it or not. No, everyone loves to be praised or acknowledged for what their good stuff. But not everyone likes the work and sweat and pain and stuff that comes with it. So in every one relationship, you have childship relations, like just regular stuff.
Right.
But then that goes from mom, dad, sister, uncle, lover, whatever, cousin. But then you have 2 to 3 different things. Like, not only are you dealing with multiple people, like, with their own problems, you're dealing with the interference. If wife 2 get mad that wife 3, I got her flowers on Tuesday and I got her roses on Thursday, and wife 3 really wanted daisies and I forgot, my bad. Like, that's a whole different war.
That's a whole different.
That scenario is so specific. Though.
Okay, I was about to say that
because I thought it was
coming. It doesn't have to
be.
It doesn't have to be
because that's our American culture. Because overseas, them motherfuckers be having like 8, 9 wives, and
Overseas,
all the wives be cool with it.
No,
No,
they're
but that's
not
what they
cool
grew
with
up
it.
All the
with.
wives be cool
No,
with
they
it.
don't.
They're
Muslim.
They're
I'm
taught.
Muslim.
They're taught that.
taught to not show
That-
you their
Hold
pain.
on, I'm
They're
Muslim.
humans.
The only reason why that shit is bad because back in the day, when motherfuckers was going to war, motherfuckers was like
They had multiple wives to keep their lineage going.
Right. So if my right hand man's died, I'm like, bro, if I die, yo, take care of my family. You feel me? If whatever you do with my wife is what you do. You
But
feel me?
sweetheart, all I hear is the man. No one says the woman enjoyed this.
No, but
that's what I'm
the
saying.
women,
No, I'm about to say, I have
it.
a grandmother that's living this shit, that lived this shit. Majority of women do not like this. This is the
No, they
reason.
don't.
Listen, this is the reason why women are becoming rebellious today.
Yes.
Because they never liked that shit. They
No,
never. No.
I know, you're right. You're right.
No,
I
don't get
agree
me
with
wrong.
you, but
There's some women that probably saw it and didn't.
Because that's their culture.
It's not that they.
They're deceiving ways
No.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's not that they even. It's not that they liked it. They liked it for different reasons.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh my bad.
You good. Go ahead.
You can go and you can freaking. Or at the end of the day, you can have your different wives, but no man really sits there and thinks about the consequences with having 8 wives. I had a grandfather from my dad's side.
That's why I said ego.
My grandfather, right? One of his youngest wives freaking fucked his nephew, and literally he had to freaking curse his nephew like all your bones is literally gonna break or whatever on the day you marry because you mess with one of my wives, and it happened. It actually happened, and that's how angry it was because that's how like friggin' not controlling men were back in the day over women because women weren't looked at as human beings, just like how black people weren't looked at as human beings. Women used to be looked at as objects. We're only baby making objects. You feel me? That's why you really never heard if a woman liked that shit or not. You feel me? My grandmom used to run away for months from my grandpa of the simple fact that he had first of all, my grandpa had a baby by one of her sisters, right? You feel me? Like 2 or 3 babies by one of her sisters. Ran away for 2 to 3 months because grandpa always messing around, adding on more wives, and this and that and the third. Majority of women never like that. It's just that women didn't have a voice to say that they didn't like that.
And men, didn't like it either.
It's not even that. It wasn't respected for women to talk that way. So when women are talking about, oh, F that nigga, scam that nigga, it's respected now because one, is out of pocket. Why are you about to steal $100 from a man's bank account because you're mad and this and that and the third? You don't give a fuck. It's out of pocket. There's nothing you can do about it. So it's like, it's scary. You feel me? Because it's driven women to that point of doing that. But at the end of the day, a good 85 to 95% of women who like grew up in a culture like that didn't like it. You feel me? And
that's a large statistic.
But it's not even the largest statistics, and that's what it is. Because when you think of not even foreign women, majority of my grandmothers, they just lived through it. They were alcoholics. Majority of them grandmoms and foreign grandmoms, alcoholics, drinking brown liquor. Why? Because they got married at 12 years old to an older man they didn't have no choice of doing because of the system, because of the culture. And then married into, because that's how it starts.
Yeah.
The men also were unhappy too because they're not gonna.
Yo, y'all gotta
men are gonna cry about how sad their lives
are. Y'all gotta listen. I know.
At that time period, so they also were experiencing.
That's not our culture. You feel me? That's not our culture. We don't do that shit.
It is our culture. Majority of people back in the...
Let me finish.
Freaking Marvin Gaye was with a 16-year-old.
Let me finish. I'm talking about the multiple wives thing. So, like, I understand that that's frowned upon over here. But at the end of the day, as you would say, like, that's what they're raised in. So you feel me? Like when you raised in that certain culture, you will eventually conform to that way of life.
It's conform, but that doesn't mean you like it. There's so many articles, there's so many women right now running away from that way of life right now because they do not like it. Why the fuck do I have to have an organized wedding?
Well,
you're right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
That's what I'm saying. It's the way, because at the end of the day, it's still showing how suppressed women are to this day.
Wait, hold on. Having an organized wedding is not freaking suppressed. I want to have my wedding organized
No, she's
it's
talking.
I get it. I'm joking. Okay,
I'm saying when it
Alright,
Oh,
lighten up, guys. Hold on. Because we got super serious.
No,
and you're
we
yelling.
yelling.
Yes,
We
I'm
yelling.
just
So you
joking.
know what? Let's switch it to.
I'm just joking.
All right. So
right.
Wait, I didn't get a chance
most
to
embarrassing
answer
sex
the
story.
question.
Go ahead.
No, I didn't get a chance to.
Go ahead.
Let me tell about shit because y'all two motherfuckers don't want to have. Listen,
Go.
I would have a very traditional way of life of love, not necessarily because I was forced to like have a great like.
I feel like water signs have this thing. Probably
probably because
y'all
I'm a water
they're
sign.
the dreamers. They always dream.
She does not mind having a like a rainy.
Y'all living.
I better have a freaking beautiful ass fucking wedding with freaking
you should. You better
flowers
manifest
when I walk out. Listen,
Go ahead.
I want to marry forever. No, but seriously, I think what you guys are saying are valid. I just want to balance the energy that there are people. The beauty of our generation that we're speaking out for every colorful life. Back then, they were afraid to speak out against the norm.
Yeah.
So right now, the norm is literally to be unnormal. So I just want to balance energy because I definitely want, I guess, a normal marriage and life. But I personally think it's power in like black unification and like not even just black because this take race like out of it, but actually like getting to know man and woman and like finding the source of love and like getting to because what I was about to say when you guys were talking, it was like the fact that women definitely didn't enjoy this, but with men over time, even to now, they don't always vocalize how they feel, and men were going through so much struggles. Women are crazy. Okay, to balance
because
it,
at the end of the day,
hold on real quick. Foreigners definitely just to balance it with the American, what's going on in America. So many men and women are getting divorced in America, but we mostly hear about the women that are going through the stuff that they go through. We don't always hear about the crazy shit that men go through in relationships. It definitely takes two to tango, so I'm never gonna make excuses like, oh, the man or the woman. But we don't always hear what the toxic things that women do to literally drive men crazy to a point where they drink, like you were saying.
We hear it, talk. We normalize it though. We make it seem like it's cool.
We normalize it, but we don't really hear it in detail, bro. We hear it in
detail. I literally saw a meme. I mean, not a meme, but like a video yesterday, right? Like a Facebook prank, like funny video, and the girl's basically on the phone with I guess a side chick. I don't know if they're acting or not. But she's on the phone with a side chick, and I guess the main girlfriend, is finding out about the side chick. And she's like, oh, he has a girlfriend, this and that and the third. Mind you, while she's on the phone, the boyfriend's in the bed sleeping, and she has a belt, and she's tying the belt around his neck, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Right?
Yeah.
And she's on the phone with the girl. She tells her, like, don't call this phone again, or whatever the case may be, because he just might be dead. This is what she says. She hangs up and she literally
yoked the shit out that nigga.
Shit out the freaking belt, and bro is like.
But if a nigga was to do that type of shit,
but if a nigga would do that,
if a nigga was to yoke his sleeping girl out of her sleep with a belt around her neck, he would be locked up for like 20 fucking years.
It's to the point that women can put their details on how crazy they are towards men in videos, and they can be
glorified,
and it can go viral on social media.
I just want to remind you guys, like, just take it a step.
I see that video and I get so uncomfortable.
I mean, because I didn't see it. Send me that John. I'm just reminding you guys that it doesn't always have to be as crazy as that. Like literally, guys, like. Well, our generation, the fact alone that men are crying and literally saying women are toxic, women are fucking gold diggers, women, you didn't even listen to my feelings, all you do is talk about yourself. There are men out there that literally are saying this and vocalizing this. Like, that's not... Yes, the 90s had a time period where men were singing R&B and vocalizing themselves, but not in detail when it comes to relationships. Like, and that's why, to bring it back to relationships right now, like with our generation, I feel like we see a lot of couples traveling and like just doing healthy and fun stuff, and like men going in like not brother circles because that sounds gay, but it doesn't sound gay because shout out to all the brother circles out there because we have sister circles. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, there are men that are actually like doing more things. So like, I don't know, I just feel like the relationships of our generation, I feel like we're gonna have the cool auntie that's been married for 50 years. We're gonna have the cool dyke auntie. We're gonna have the cool
dyke is an offensive word.
Is it?
Yes.
So what do I call dykes? Well, you're not a dyke, so I'm sorry, but I don't like when like No, I don't like the non.
Dyke is an
Like,
offensive term. Yeah.
all the things I know are cool with me saying dykes, but I mean, go ahead. Is that drawing?
Yeah, it's offensive.
No.
Hey, he's gonna say it too.
It's not offensive. It's not offensive. It's not offensive. I'm saying, if a fellow dyke corrected me,
Is
and,
you
no,
Fellow dyke. I like that, baby.
Yo, don't say that. Just say girl.
Please, no,
They don't like that shit.
I'm
Please
telling
don't.
you, that's an
Alright,
offensive
next
term.
topic.
Yo, most embarrassing. All right, most embarrassing
no.
sex story. Go ahead. I'm
No,
listening.
I don't want to offend anybody who's on that type of time. Please educate me on what I should call someone with that.
All right,
go ahead.
so go ahead. You started off.
Educate me.
Most embarrassing sex story.
Okay.
Go ahead. You started
No,
off.
wait, what? We still on the topic?
embarrassing?
No!
Yeah, go ahead. We're going to go right down the line. Go ahead.
Most embarrassing.
Wait,
First of all,
was mine in the video, the last video?
Yes,
Nah, we taped it for this song. Yeah.
Okay, so
damn, you don't even listen to your own podcast.
No, I
That's
watched
crazy.
it. I really,
Yo,
you know what's
y'all
crazy?
motherfuckers,
On some real shit.
We need the views,
On
my
some real
nigga.
shit. I know we do need a view. I watched it, right? I never
damn. We need the views.
You know what's crazy?
I want to laugh.
She really don't watch.
She just started watching it.
Like, damn.
I'm gonna dedicate my week to watching
Damn.
the
Just
podcast
get one
5
view.
times
Like,
a day.
that's all
because
we
we
need.
need them views. We need them views.
Yeah, we trying to get
Either
money.
I got
Okay.
my phone 3 days ago.
My embarrassing sex moment, right? They edited out the last time I said it. Okay, so I don't know how my boyfriend gonna feel about this. I don't even know if he gonna watch this.
That's right. Where the edit at? 51:25.
Right.
Go ahead,
Okay. I'm gonna say anyway. All right. So, it was one time me and my boyfriend was having sex, and I pooped. I didn't poop, like a poop, but like a little piece of turd.
That's going on IG, YouTube, all that, Twitter.
He was eating me
It
out
shows that
really
you're comfortable
good.
with
But here's
yourself.
the thing. Here's the thing about getting your vagina eaten out really good. There's a lot of pressure that's going on. The orgasms is like, it feels like it's squeezing out of you. You know, it's like, like the orgasms coming out.
I used to mess with a girl. Whenever
Mm-hmm.
she would like orgasm, she would get like cramps, like
Cramps.
Charlie horses.
Because it
Like,
pushes everything out. So I feel like it probably pushed the turd out that I
sucks.
didn't know.
Imagine
Pushed
the
the turd
orgasm.
Yo, that's nasty.
So
That's awful.
That's
That's
what I'm
So
still
you
with
shit
him,
on
though.
him?
I didn't shit
That's
on
awful.
him. It didn't land on him. It literally, like, he was eating me out.
No, it's
my
in
We're
his
God.
having fun. And then we got up to, like, switch positions, and the turd is right there. And it's just like, oh, my God. Wow.
Yo, you shit on yourself.
Yeah, sex didn't
I
happen
got
after
farted
that,
on
'cause
during sex. I ain't get shitted on. That's
I didn't shit on him.
you shit on him. Well, not tell the story. You shit on him. You know? He gonna be mad at me. He gonna be mad at me. You dropped the dookie on your boyfriend. No,
It was not
no,
me. That is
no.
not medium. That's like a pebble. That's like a pebble right there.
Yo,
That's your
foul,
man.
yo.
It was like this. It was
Yo,
literally
he
like.
better not ever leave you.
He's not going to
better
leave
not
me.
ever
He
leave
wants
you.
me to have his kids.
Yo, you shit on him. You better have his kids.
Now listen to me. I did not shit on that
you
man.
shit on your
fertilized
boyfriend.
him.
I shitted on his
Yo,
bed.
she shit on her boyfriend.
No, I didn't.
And he stuck with her for
Yeah,
life.
shit.
So go ahead. What happened? I'm listening. Go ahead.
No,
Tell us. It's
No,
you
it's
next.
your
No, not.
Ladies first. Go ahead. Y'all next. Go ahead.
First of all, I just want to add that I'm a Pisces.
No, because that story
Yeah,
you
she
said the
out.
last
She out
time
her
had
comfort
me
zone right
cracking
now.
up.
I'm not on my
No,
comfort
She
zone.
because
shit on your boyfriend. What you peed on your boyfriend?
Remember
Go
what he
ahead.
said the last time?
Oh,
You
you
gotta
want
say that.
step in and tell her?
That shit was fun.
No, that was
That
not funny.
shit-
That was
Go
not
ahead. It
funny.
was funny.
No, it wasn't. I'm a Pisces, so I'm embarrassed by
That shit-
everything.
That
Go
shit
ahead.
almost had me pee on myself.
Yo, go ahead. What happened?
I don't know. I don't
No,
have a
go
story.
ahead.
You know.
I have multiple
You want to
stories.
tell the story?
I get embarrassed. I get embarrassed when like I like.
You have to tell that one.
Come
You have
on,
to
we
tell
all
that.
sharing. Go
You
ahead.
have to
I
tell that
don't
one.
want
Go ahead.
Come here. You got to come in
You
here
wanna
and
step
tell
in?
that. You got to tell that one. that was not corny.
Why y'all? How did we go from? What did we just talk about?
Cuz, go ahead.
I'll go.
Embarrassing sex moments.
No,
That was hilarious.
I'll tell one.
Amir, you gotta come over
Yeah,
here.
you got.
No, I'll tell one. I have a place.
That shit. No, you know how funny
Why are
that
we
shit
talking about
is?
this? All right.
You know how
Go
funny
ahead.
that is?
It's not that
Come on.
funny.
After this, we wrapping it up. Go ahead.
I thought about the other day of when you described that joke, right? I was at
You
work.
were so animated.
I was
No.
at work, and I'm at work in the kitchen, cracking up by myself, bro. Cracking
Ain't
up.
that funny?
And I'm like,
Ain't that
what
funny?
the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, you wouldn't
Now you gotta tell
understand.
me. Isn't that funny?
Go ahead.
That
You
shit
want-
was so funny, bro. That shit was funny. No, you gotta, Amir, you gotta, come on, Amir. You
Alright, I'm coming.
gotta tell us the embarrassing moment.
Go ahead.
Tell us.
Go ahead.
I had the perfect segment.
No.
It was the perfect excuse.
Let him finish. Let
It
him
was the
finish.
perfect like.
Let him finish. Go ahead. Let me go first and then y'all go. So it should be more dramatic. All right. So what happened? This probably like I was probably in like 16, 17, 18, one of those.
Yeah.
So I know I got allergies and shit. So springtime, nose running, eyes puffy, all that shit. So I'm on top of I'm on top going in, and like I'm like trying to stop the snot from coming down. So that joint go right on her face, and she like snot dripping right on her, yo. And I'm like, shit, you want to stop? She's like, no, keep going. I'm like, shit, what the fuck? Like, you got snot all on you and shit.
That's different. I would not have stopped. You know, I don't like germs.
Yo, I'm like, yo, you got snot on you. You still want to go? Go ahead. Shout out to you. Come on, let's go.
You gotta go, man. You gotta go.
Alright.
Now go ahead, tell.
Alright. Well, since you don't want to tell, I'm gonna tell it. Alright, so what happened was, you mean? Alright, so I'm busting her ass. See, I ain't gonna say it like that. I'm from Philly.
Yo.
Like, I don't know how to say that shit.
Okay.
Just like, we
Alright,
were having
bro.
sex.
We were having sex,
No,
right?
I was busting her ass. So, I was hitting that shit. So, and then she hit her lip on the back of the couch. And I, like, that shit was like, boom, like, you heard that shit. So I'm like, ooh, baby, you cool? She said, I don't fucking care! I'm like, what the fuck? I hopped right out. Like, I ain't gonna front.
No, you did not hop out.
I hopped out and I hopped back in. Because you turned me off and then you turned me on. Real shit, I ain't gonna lie.
It was busted.
Yo. Oh my god.
Yo, when I
Yo, shout out to
when
y'all.
I say right, when I said I was at work thinking about what he said,
Yo, because he hit the screen. It was the screen.
don't care.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Real shit. Real
It was
shit.
quite a shit.
Yo,
I ain't
that
never
is
seen that shit. I ain't
hilarious.
never seen that side from
Oh my god, I'm crying.
All right, next topic.
Yo,
Oh,
that
no,
is
this
funny.
the
This, yeah, what's
The
yeah? We
meaning
gotta
of
wrap this on
life,
up.
the sound as
this
human.
This the end.
gotta
We are here. This the end, guys.
I'm
Wrap this joint up.
gonna end it.
Yo,
No, nigga,
y'all
hold on.
funny.
Oh
But
my
before you
God.
end it, I just want to add, everyone, it's important that whether you want to be with somebody for 10 years or 1 minute, make sure you have free, fun intercourse.
Free
Yo,
fun
hold on, wait.
intercourse.
Never settle in anything that you do, whether it be relationships, work, life,
Oh my.
building a bridge, walking under a bridge. Don't matter. Never settle.
Never settle. And enjoy life. Have a great time
Yup.
with it. Learn from your mistakes. Do not dwell on your mistakes because your mistakes mean everything. And
Don't be like
we are opinionated black folks.
I need some more alcohol.
And we are out. Shout outs to everything. Oh yeah. Another thing. This is our 8th episode. Our 10th episode. We are looking for a guest. So please reach out to us. Let us know if you want to be on the show. We're still looking and deciding on who we want to be on. Want to be a guest on our 10th episode. So shout out to us and let us know. And then we'll let you know after our first guest. We'll let you know what episode we'll want for our second guest. So it's good for you guys to reach out to us and let us know so we can have you guys assigned over time so we can have a guest for our first one, second one, third one, so we can just have it labeled, organized, and so on and so forth. So let us know how cool you are, how amazing you are, and how free-spirited you are. We're OBF Opinionated Black Folks.
OBF.
And check us out next time.
On YouTube, on Spotify, and on Apple Podcasts.
There you go.
Let's get it.
It's all going to be in the little bios and the links and stuff.
Yep.
See you guys.